All right. So, on behalf of DAIT, I want to extend a really warm welcome to everyone. Good morning. Good morning. You made it through another week. It's Friday. And guess what? We're down to like the last 15 days of school. I saw that posted by my former school secretary, and it just, I don't know, it gave me a little life this morning. I was like, oh, I know that many of our PCs are 12 months. So I know. But there's something about the summer that we still look forward to, right? The hours kind of ease up just a little bit. But anyway, good morning to everyone. I see the Zoom room filling up. And with that, I'm actually going to turn it over to my colleague, Christina, who's going to say a couple of words.
Thanks so much, Laura. Happy Friday, everyone. Getting some people off of Teams into Zoom. Excited to be here. And as usual, supporting in the background. And let me know if there's any technical mishaps that do come up. I keep on getting them and we keep on solving them. So it's awesome. Love to be here. Passing it back to Laura.
It's teamwork makes the dream work, right? That is why we get these issues resolved. So I know that we technically had our final tea coffee tech talk. I probably said that backwards. I think it's coffee and then tea. Whoops.
Yeah. I mean, we don't
I'm a tea
discriminate,
girl.
remember? So it's all good. I was about to say you must be a tea girl.
It's exactly what it is. But I know we had our last one, but remember, like I really urge you, if you have issues, let us know, reach out. We can escalate things for you. So please, we want to support you. Part of what makes this community so great is that you guys are fabulous. You reach out and we want to help you. Um, I do want to shout out my colleague Latiqua. Again, we can't do this without her. I say it all the time, but I mean it from the bottom of my heart. She is the most fabulous wing woman, always making sure we're covered in the chat. She pings me when like stuff's not working right. Like, okay, all right, whoops. I can't do it without her. So hopefully you have colleagues like that too. So thank you for everything, Latiqua. And Lisa is not going to be joining us, but she sends her best as well. She will be here next week for our celebration. All right. I think everyone's going to make sure we make the celebration, right? But with that, I'm going to turn it over to Tali, who's going to share some information about Common Sense and some of the resources. So Tali, I saw you on the line. Are you still
I am
here?
here. I am here. Thanks, Laura. And if you don't mind going to the next slide, I also just put in the chat the two resources I'm going to be sharing. So everyone, I'm delighted to see you all. This will actually be my last meeting. I will be here during the summer. I think we're going to be doing some summer sessions, but Common Sense's offices are closed next Friday for Juneteenth. So I just wanted to say thanks, everyone. I love seeing you all. And the two resources I'm sharing today are our family media agreement. I'm going to focus on the one in English, but I put in the chat the English and the Spanish version, and you are welcome to translate this into as many languages as possible. We have a Creative Commons, and so we'd love for you to share these resources with families in whatever way works best. But basically, Laura Latiqua and I and Lisa were having conversations about how it sounds like devices are starting to come back to the school. And this is a great opportunity as we're getting devices back and then thinking about reissuing them or maybe reissuing other devices over the summer to talk with families and with students about how we take care of our devices, both in terms of physically how we take care of them and how we take care of them and ourselves in terms of what we're posting. So what you see on the screen in front of you is our family media agreement. It's broken into different sections and it's really designed for kids of all ages, and depending on the age of your child, you can focus on different areas. And that first part at the top, going back to the first page, is that taking care. So you can see that it says, I know it's really small. Oh, thanks, Laura. I was like, I didn't wear my glasses today. The first part is, I'm going to take care of the device, talk to my family if anything happens to it, and this is something that, again, we just finished this year of mostly remote learning where we could talk about how we handle our device, what it looks like in terms of moving around, not having food around it. And then the next part is really thinking about staying safe, thinking about, passwords and only sharing them with our parents or a caregiver, letting an adult know if anything happens that feels uncomfortable. And then that thinking first part, this I really like to talk about with kids, even as young as second grade, we can be impulsive. We want to respond right away, but really taking a breath and pausing and thinking about what we're sharing out there. And also what we're sharing, even in terms of photos right now. I talk with a lot of parents who talk about modeling that with their kids when they're taking pictures of them. They might say, I can give an example for myself. I took a picture of my one of my daughters the other day, and I said, hey, I think this picture is so cute. She's making a goofy face. Are you okay with me posting this? She was like, can you take it again? And I was like, no problem. And so modeling for her, we check first. And then the second page is really about that balance. That's my favorite part. How are we making sure we're having a lot of time for technology, non-technology, face-to-face, and then that open communication and so forth. So again, feel free to share this as we're going into summer, or this is something that could also kick off the year. And this also goes nicely with our digital citizenship curriculum that many of your teachers may know about too. Anything to add to that, Laura?
Tali, I was actually just going to say, one of the things I like about this, and I just want to highlight it, is that there's like this little blank at the end of each section. And, it goes to show that like there's flexibility in this. This really is about creating that conversation between families and their children. And so if there's something that like, we need to add in because it's a little bit more pertinent to our family and the agreement that we want to have, you've got the ability to do that. So I really just want to reinforce, this is about creating dialogue and conversation. This isn't like, a one-sided set of rules, like here you go, sign it, it's done. It's a lot more than that. So I do just want to point that out.
I love that. Thank you so much for highlighting it. It's all about the conversation. Thank you so much, Laura and Derry and team. Wishing you all a wonderful upcoming weekend and end of school year. And I will see you over the summer.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Tali. We love that you were able to pop in this morning.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye. All right, folks. So again, we did show the English one, but I do want to just point out that Tali did share the Spanish one as well. So I just want to, highlight that you've got those. And then again, you can, because there's a Creative Commons, if you have the ability to at your school, you can also translate these as well, all right, into other languages for your community. But this is such a great resource for families, and it might be a nice way to kind of talk to families as they are entering the summer, where maybe device usage is going to look a little different, right? Things change in the summer, so it's a good time to kind of visit this conversation. But we are going to kick it over to Face. Derry and team are here, and I am so excited. So without further ado, Derry, take it away.
Thank you so much, Laura. Thank you so much, our Digital Friday team. Tali, I'm gonna miss you. I'm gonna miss seeing your face on Fridays. But it doesn't mean that we don't stay connected, because I can't wait. There's so many great things that are happening in the summer. So thank you so much for your partnership. So we're gonna do quick, brief announcements on what's coming up. So as we mentioned, our last watch party is June 23rd. Our last Digital Friday is coming up, and we want to celebrate you. And, we can't do a watch party for the folks that we're celebrating without you giving us your reflection. So at the end of the week wrap-up email, we did send out a reflection form. Please remember to fill out the form. And we also created a Flipgrid, a face Flipgrid, so that we can capture your learning this year, how you are resilient, how you are innovators, and how we grew, right? We grew together in this Digital Friday community, right? We built that community. So thank you so much. I have to shout out Laura, Latiqua, Lisa, and Christina Baez, man. They really leveled up our skills this year. And what we want to do, we want to show off our skills. We want to show off that we did level up. So hashtag, I'm leveled up on my digital skills. I mean, that was a long hashtag, so I can kind of shorten it a little bit. But seriously, guys, this is our time to really say thank you to all of our partners that really took time out of their schedule to help us to learn some new digital tools so that we can connect with our families. So before I get into it, I have to also mention that my girl, Diana Miller, is in here, and I know she has some words for you. So Diana, you wanna unmute yourself and just say hi to the team?
Yes, hello everyone again. I'm so excited. As I've said multiple times, it's always a pleasure to be in this space and platform. I have also learned so much, so I echo Derry with the teams. Everyone has taught me so much. I love taking notes and sharing information as much as possible and sharing out to folks to always look forward to attending the space and platform, as it's very informative and, many ways of being educated and being able to also turnkey this information. So I'm excited. This is how I end my weekend, to be so empowered on Friday, and it runs through my weekend and then back to Monday. And I like Derry. We have a crazy, sometimes rough week, and so many things come at us, so many information. But by the time I'm in this space, I feel so great and empowered. And I thank you all for, allowing us to always feel this way. So thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, Diana. And just want to show you really quickly how to create your reflection video. It's super easy. Remember that you're going to link to our Flipgrid, right? You're going to click on the link that's on the top. Thank you, Laura. And then what you're going to do is going to go in the bottom. So you're going to skip, keep the blank, keep enter student username blank. You're going to go straight into enter your guest password. Click on the password. The password is, the password.
Sorry, I was just copying and pasting.
Yeah, let's copy and paste it. So thanks, Laura. It's our secret password, which is really easy. It's face 2021. Face, let's check it out. Face 2021. And then I'm gonna press go. All right, I'm here. Now you can pick a topic or you can do all topics. If you're gonna do different topics, just create different responses to the video. And then you're gonna press record a response. And now, Laura, do you wanna pick a topic?
Oh, wait, hold on. I gotta go back. What? I didn't read the topic. All right, hold on. You know what? I got one. Okay, all right. So I hit my record button. One of the most exciting projects I've worked on this past year has been getting to work with all of my colleagues, Derry, Christina, Lisa, Latiqua, Tali, and all of our fabulous partners in our Face Friday PDs. One of the best parts of this school year, hands down, for sure. So thank you folks for allowing me to be part of this community. Can't wait for next year.
And now Laura's just gonna press next. She's gonna put in her information, and she created her first Flipgrid, the response to her reflection to get us started with our celebrations. It's all about celebrating and reflecting. So hopefully you guys, it's really simple, easy, fun, get creative, and let's just show how we leveled up our digital skills and also what we did in our school communities and our districts to really empower our families. So I'm gonna turn it back over to Laura really quickly to see who's in the room and how are we feeling. And then we're gonna get into our class topic. So remember today we're ending at exactly 11:30. You don't want to miss any part of this topic. I'm a little bit nervous because I'm facilitating, so I wanna show off my little facilitation skills. So Laura, kick us over. Let us know who's in the room. How are we feeling today?
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So 1 second here. I am launching our poll. Oh, wait, hold on. There we go. So you should see on your screen the poll asking you what your role is. We anticipate many of you are PCs, but we welcome all of our FLCs, our FSCs, teachers, secretaries, school administrators. And remember, if you're other, put it in the chat because we nosy. We like to know. And Christine, I'm looking at you in the chat. Oh my goodness. You know what? What you guys don't know is Christine is actually the best hype girl. It's not me.
Nah, I don't know about that, Laura. You're like, you're number one in my book. Especially on Fridays. You definitely hype me up for the weekend.
Thank you. You don't just feed off the vibes, you know? It's just how How can you not be happy when you got this many folks in a room? We're just vibing, positive energy. But I live for this. You know, I've been in other things where that's not really the vibe in the room, and it feels a little like very transactional. People are just like, "Where's my CTLA?" Like attendance. Like they're rude, honestly. And this community is not like that. Like it's just not, and it's never been. And it's so special because, like I said, this does not happen all the time. I've been involved in a lot of different things. I know Christina has, and I don't think anything has been this positive.
Yeah, we actually spoke about it inside all of DIT, and we spoke about y'all earlier on in the year. And we have this internal news article called The Bite, and I was like, there's nothing like PC Fridays. It's a really dynamic, awesome group, and I absolutely love being a part of it. And I echo that, Laura, 100%. But it's also your hype girl skills.
I think I tried to hype up all the other classes. I don't know, it didn't take as good. All right, folks, I'm going to give you just 5 more seconds. Wrap it up. Last votes.
Laura,
And we are,
could you put the flip grid again?
oh yeah, no. We will definitely put the flip grid in the chat. Don't you worry. Give
Thanks.
me 1 second.
Some of us just logged on and we couldn't see it.
No worries. Thank you and welcome.
Thank
All
you.
right, folks. So as you can see, I'm sharing the results with you. Overwhelmingly, PCs are in the house. So welcome. Thank you for showing up and representing. And thank you to all of our other folks, our FLCs, our FSCs, our sole teacher on the line. Welcome. We've got an administrator, and I saw some folks in the chat. You know, we've got some CEC admin assistants and some other folks. So welcome to everyone. One more poll for you, because you know how we are. We got to see how people are feeling. What's the pulse in the room? I'm already just checking by the chat. I get the feeling like everyone is just vibing right now. We're all on like those happy vibes. So I don't want to skew the results, but you know, if you're feeling happy, by all means, yes, all the way. Absolutely, all of the vibes. Oh my goodness.
I was thinking we need to change this one up for next year, Laura.
Oh, definitely. I can't wait. We're gonna definitely do some fun stuff. I'm thinking like maybe we got to make like gifts of ourselves, like really make this animated.
Totally. Yes.
Level up, baby. This is what I mean, right? We're I love it. I love it. So folks, we're gonna give folks just about like 10 more seconds. So if you haven't voted, go ahead, sneak it on in there. Remember, you have H and I. So if you're not feeling any of these feelings, or if you're feeling all the feelings, it's okay. They're all valid. It's cool. All right. And I'm going to end it. And maybe because I did skew the results a little bit, but oh my goodness, I love it. So
Yes.
let me stop sharing that. And just want to remind you folks, next week, we are celebrating, all right? We have worked all year long. So many of you have been showing up from the very beginning. We've had folks that joined us midway. And like I said, we got folks that just joined us today for the first time. Listen, it doesn't matter how many times you've come. We are celebrating next week for sure. I really do live by the motto, you work hard, you play harder, okay? We got to play harder to next Friday. We have all done phenomenal, and I really mean it. This is so special. So we got to really, really reflect on what went so well and celebrate all these successes. But with that, I turn it over to our colleagues at FACE, Wendy and Derry. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. There you go. There's the gift. Oh my God, it is happening. So let me stop sharing my screen and turn it on over. Thank you so much, ladies.
Oh God, Laura, I just love that gift. Hi, everyone. We are so excited. I mean, I have to say that partnerships means everything to me. And this partner that I'm co-facilitating this presentation, she has been amazing. I mean, from me calling her up in the middle of the day, like, hey, do you have a resource that I can share to what can we do this summer to really help parent coordinators and our family facing staff, like give them something free and exciting? And she's like, I got it. So today we're going to talk about summer recharge. And with that, I just want Wendy to join me really quickly. And I want to introduce myself in a different way. I want to tell you guys a little bit of my story. And I'm super excited to share my story because I feel like I don't do that a lot. I'm more like behind the scenes, but we've been such a huge community. I was like, I would love to share my story of me growing up in the Lower East Side. And also an alumni of the public New York City Department of Education. So I was a student, I graduated as a student, and I am also considered, I was considered an L student. I'm a first generation Caribbean. So shout out to Caribbean History, Heritage Month this month. And also, you know, grew up in a place where everyone considers disadvantaged and all the stories that they say. But, you know, I never felt that way because my community, you know, if you guys are like watching came out in the Heights, that was me growing up. I was the music, the food, and the drinks. But I just want to just give tribute to my parents. They both came from the Dominican Republic very young, married at a young age, had twins. So I'm a twin, and really didn't understand how to navigate my education or advocate. So as a student, I always felt alone. I didn't know I was able to kind of maneuver, or, you know, my teachers would say, yeah, translate to your parents that, you know, you missed school a couple of days. I'm like, yeah, sure. I would translate and I would say the different, I would say something different. But through that, my journey as a student, it was always felt lonely, but I always felt like my parents wanted the best for me. So I am so happy that I'm in this field that now I can't even believe. I was like, wow, how a young girl like myself who had trouble in my education, had trouble even, like I started off as an L, so I didn't even know any English, and then I learned English, you know, even was targeted as having an IEP. So I had an IEP as well. And now I'm here. I'm work at a central office, started my work in the community in the Bronx. Shout out District 9 and Barbara Ortiz started my work there with a nonprofit organization, really empowering student voice and also really sharing about parent engagement. So I wanted to share that because I know the work. I know as a former parent coordinator, as a student, as an L, as having parents that are immigrant parents, that this work is so important. So I just want to shout each and one of you guys because I know the work is not easy, but it's impactful. You guys are creating memories for our families and our students. And today is all about giving you an opportunity to really understand how you can also continue to engage our parents. So with that, it was a lot, but I wanted you guys to know that I'm here and our team from FACE. We're always thinking about you guys. We always want this partnership. We love our FLCs and FLCs. They are our support, they're our partners, and we love you guys. So we know that the work is not easy. So today I want to share with you a free resource because it's all about that holistic approach, right? Students, families, and community partners. So with that, I want to introduce Wendy and let her tell you a little bit about Learning Heroes and what we have in store today.
Thank you, Dari, so much. Thank you for sharing your story. I think for many of us, it probably really resonates. I know I had a similar story. I'm a first generation Colombian American, and my parents' work ethic is what brought me to where I am today. And our families have so much to role model. They are role modeling. They are the experts of their children. And I really am humbled and grateful to be here with you guys. You guys are, I think, as Dari's going to talk more about in a moment, the trusted messengers who are, you know, confidants with parents, who can help them see their assets and their strengths and their beauty. And really want to thank you for all of the incredible work. I know it has not been easy parents have had a lot of questions and you've had to navigate a ton. And so we really want to impart today, this is a celebration of you. We want to support you. You'll see here the agenda, but really today is about the last one, having fun, learning from each other. We're going to kick off in a moment. Dari's going to talk a little bit about parent coordinator roles and some call to actions. Then we're going to go real quick into some, just for you to know that this is everything we're going to share today is research-based. So a couple of slides on that. Then we're going to dig into the resources that we have for you. We've put together in conjunction with Dari and her team. And from listening to you guys, I've done a couple of her Watch Wednesdays and just really asking you what you need for the summer. And then I think hopefully the most fun part of today is we're going to do a short little bit of the parent workshop that we put together and experience it as parents, a little bit of the train the trainer. And then we're going to do some small breakout groups to debrief on that. So that's a little bit about the agenda. Feel free to chime in. Please stay connected via the chat throughout. We'll have time at the end for questions, but let's keep the conversation going. So I'm going to hand it over to Dari, who's going to talk also just to kick us off a little bit about some of the call to actions, building on what she was mentioning earlier.
Yeah, so pretty much a lot of times parent coordinators, even I get a lot of emails, so shout out to your emails. I don't mind getting the emails. Dari, how can I support this summer? Like, what can I do this summer? And my response is always, let's reflect, be kind to yourself, because we had a long year. Like in the chat or actually raise your hands, raise your digital hands if you feel burned out and tired, exhausted. So really this summer is to really think about, reflect, and also stay connected, because we are 12 months employee, but I want you guys to first take care of yourself, right? We can't help our families if we're not helping ourselves. So the first thing I want you guys to do is be kind to yourself and also do some self-care, do something fun. Start creating your list of things that you want to do this summer. I love summer in the city. There's a lot of free things that are going. Secondly, I would love for you guys to stay connected this summer. So staying connected by using our hashtag NYC Summer Recharge. I know that you all are doing amazing things. So I was participating in a Brooklyn meeting and I was hearing so many amazing things that our FLCs and FSCs are promoting this summer, from building capacity to family empowerment events. So we would love for you to use the hashtag NYC Summer Recharge, because we know our parents are exhausted, our students are exhausted, but we also, we want to make this summer the best summer ever. So we have all these amazing opportunities, from summarizing to now like summer, and really using this term summer recharge. Lastly, we want you guys to not only use our hashtag, but provide a cultural scavenger hunt. We want you to ask our parents, provide, I know you guys know some great partners in the community. There's museums are opening, the libraries are opening. So hey, let's do a New York City summer recharge scavenger hunt. So what does that mean? In the hashtag, just like your parents, just say, you know what? If you can take a picture and hashtag it on your Instagram, social media account, any of their platform, and use the hashtag NYC Summer Recharge. We also want you to use our hashtag on your social media pages, whether it's the website, Instagram, or Facebook. Remember all those conversations we had on Digital PD Fridays when we talked about telling your story on social media? Well, tell your story on Summer Recharge by hashtagging, taking a picture of NYC Summer Recharge. Also, this is amazing, guys. We want you to encourage our parents to use that amazing digital library that we talked about, and I'll share that resource at the end. Using our digital DOE library, or even at the library, what are your, encouraging the parents to say, what your child is reading this summer? So take a picture of the book. And lastly, we want you to know, where can you go for help? Whether it's the parents going to you or you coming to us, because at FACE and at the district, we're still here. So just know that you can come to us. So you are our amazing frontline colleagues, but you also are our trusted messengers. You are the face of the DOE when it comes to that parent partnership. So thank you. And I'm going to turn it over to Wendy because she has exciting resources, and we're going to introduce the first version of the Parent Coordinator Summer Recharge Virtue Box.
Awesome. Thank you, Derry. I'm super excited. Before we dive into a little bit into the research, just a little bit about Learning Heroes. We're a nonprofit organization. We kind of work behind the scenes. So we work with, large organizations like Wide Open Schools, Common Sense Media, a lot of your partners. But we do a lot of the back end sort of research to inform big initiatives and our resources. And ultimately, we are all about elevating parent voice, which I think is what it's aligned to your work. We start everything by first listening deeply to parents to understand their mindsets, their priorities, their needs, and their opportunities. That research is around the country. So a lot of what I'm going to share in a moment, just know is nationally representative. We always do an oversample with Latino and African American families because we care about all families, but we really want to make sure that we're understanding the needs and the opportunities of our most marginalized traditionally communities and our Black and Brown families who have so much. We know that they have very high aspirations for their children as relates to education. And so we really want to work alongside them as true partners. So to kick it off and get you guys engaged, one of our seminal findings over the past 6 years that we have been tracking is this following stat. And some of you may have seen this if you've participated in any of the watch parties recently, but I'm going to throw it out there if there's any new folks. And so would love for you to just reflect, thinking about your families. What percentage of your families do you think would say their child is at or above grade level in reading and math? And Laura, if we could launch the poll, that would be great. I think we have there we go, yeah. So 65%, 39%, 87%, 25%. Where do you think parents are in terms of their mindset around grade level, especially this past year? Again, we've been tracking this over the past 6 years. All right, thank you. Quick numbers coming in. We're at about 78%. All right, looks like 65, most folks would say 65% of parents nationally think their child is at or above grade level. Give it a couple more seconds. Wow, awesome engagement. Thank you guys. All right, I don't know if we're about to close. So it looks like overwhelmingly it's about 60, almost half of you say 65%. So we've been, as I mentioned, tracking this over the past several years. And what we have seen is that nearly 9 in 10 families, parents, regardless of race, income, or education, believe their child is at or above grade level. 9 in 10. And if you compare that with the unfortunate reality that I know we all know so well, and that is that it's closer to just a third of our students at grade level. And for many of our Black and Brown families, that number is even lower. So for us, this is not parents' fault, it's not teachers' fault. There's a disconnect, right? And it's also an opportunity, especially in this moment in time. We really believe that in order for parents to be true partners with teachers and schools, they deserve and need a closer and more accurate understanding of their child's progress so that they have that motivation and they have that really sort of guiding direction on what kinds of resources to seek out. So that's really sort of our North Star. And so as I share some of the resources today, I wanted to sort of give that as some underlining context. To share a bit more about what we've learned in terms of, again, we've been doing research over the past 6 years and did a lot of research this past year, again, to understand how parents experienced the school shutdowns. Not surprisingly, I'm not going to delve into this. it was challenging, right? Both parents and teachers are exhausted. Parents really are starting to become eyes wide open about how their child might have regressed academically, socially, and emotionally. And so really this is a time for us to come together this summer, support parents and teachers in a way that acknowledges what they've been through and leads us forward. A couple of other anecdotes, which I think I mentioned this so that you know sort of the research frame on some of the messaging that I'm going to share in the Summer Recharge campaign. But, ultimately it comes to just parents want their kids to reconnect, to socialize again, to have fun. Teachers are concerned about academics, and both are, but really in the context of getting kids reconnected. And the good news is, as I'll share a little bit later, is, it's all ladders up to what the brain science shows us, which is that when kids, feel connected to what they're learning and who they're learning with, they can really achieve and do their best. This is just a brief sort of example of our national poll this year. Not surprisingly, especially for those of us who might be parents, way at the top, priorities and concerns for parents is their children missing out on social connections with friendships. Second to too much screen time, and then a close third, falling behind academically. So what we tried to do with the resources that I'm going to share is really address all of that. So digging into some of the resources that we have created for you, this is really meant to be aligned to your goals around elevating parent voice, around supporting schools with additional summer resources, and then ultimately ensuring that all New York City children have access to fun, engaging, free supports both on social, emotional, and academics to set them up for the same. And I see some questions about error on dangerous site. I'm not sure if that was about what that, I don't know if Laura, if there's Ramona, if you
I don't think it's your site. I think
okay.
someone else in the chat shared a different thing. You're
Got
good
it.
to go,
Okay.
Wendy.
I got nervous there. Okay. All right. There we go. So this is the link to the resources that we're going to be sharing. Most of them are all on the public link that I just sent to you, which shouldn't have any issues. And if there is, we can address those. But to go through the main resources, there is the Summer Recharge, which we're going to look at in a moment. Within that page, there are some really great research-based resources like the readiness check and a summer planning tool. And then finally, a workshop in a box. These are all the links and that we will share with you and that we'll also be digging into as we go into the breakout groups. And these are all meant to be supportive of your efforts end of year. The flyer and the website can be shared as part of your email newsletters, your workshops, which we're going to be getting into in a moment. So to take a look at some of these materials, I'm going to click into the main Summer Recharge for New York City. And we'll click around a little bit. Give me a moment here. All right, so yeah, so anybody who might be, I don't know what, again, just wanted to make sure folks can get in any blocks. You shouldn't have that because I know Derry has tested it as well. But this is the Summer Recharge page. It was designed for you all. You'll see that we have a meme. We'll be changing these to sort of express the different kinds of messaging throughout the summer and keep it fresh. This first message as we end the year is all about encouraging parents to reach out to their child's teacher, ask those important questions around, and I'm going to come down here to the main tip. You'll see it's about reviewing key skills, asking teachers, what are those 1 to 3 skills that parents can really reinforce academically, acknowledging that we all need a break, but really wanting to help parents know what to focus on. As we experience the workshop in just a moment, I'm going to take us through some of these resources that are here. I just wanted to give you a general sense of what the page looks like. And the second message is all around reconnecting with what matters. Again, that social, emotional, that's getting kids back to social interaction. And learning along the way, right? We know that when kids play, when they interact with others, they are learning. And so how do we continue to support that? We link here as a little bit of a hub for you to Summer Rising. We also link to the New York City Wide Open Schools page, which I know Derry talked about. So again, this serves as a little bit of an additional hub for you. And then finally, the third message is all about reflecting on progress. We really want to encourage parents to notice what their child is, how they're progressing this summer. Again, socially, emotionally, and academically, reflecting on what they have observed over this past year as they've had this sort of front row seat. And I know all of you are going to be communicating about Summer Rising and summer programming. What parents have observed, they should be sharing that with summer program leaders so that they know how to best connect with their child. So this is sort of what the main page looks like. Again, we're going to be exploring some of these resources together in a moment. The other thing I wanted to really highlight for you is it's meant to be sort of interactive. You can use it in different ways. Right here where it says download tips, you could download a one-page flyer that you can share virtually in your email newsletters, and then it connects parents to all of these resources. So that's the site in a little bit of a overview. And we're gonna, again, be clicking in a moment. The other thing that I wanted to highlight before we sort of experience it as a parent is the toolkit. So what we've done is put together what we were calling sort of a workshop in a box. In a moment, you're going to experience sort of a condensed version, but I wanted to make sure that you saw that it's all laid out for you. It gives you suggested timeframes. It gives you suggested talking points, all intended to support you. We heard in some of the Watch Party Wednesdays that folks wanted sort of a ready-made, talking point, something that could be easily used and that can be adapted, right? So put it into your own voice if you need to shorten it or lengthen it, really meant to be adapted and speak to your community through your voice. But this is here for you as a guide. And again, all the links are in the PowerPoint, to all of this, which we will share. So with that, we are going to take about 20 minutes or so, because I want to be conscious of time, to sort of experience that workshop that I just mentioned as parents. So if you'll bear with me and you'll engage in the chat box, and let me see, because my chat box disappeared, I'll get it back up. The point of this is for us to really engage with it, sort of, and as you're experiencing it as a parent, think about how your parents might react, just sort of sit back and enjoy it. I'm sure many of you are parents, so you can enjoy it in that way, while as a way to become familiar with the resources. After we sort of experience that, then we're going to break up into small groups and debrief, talk about, look through the links together in small groups, talk about how we might use it, how we might reach out to parents, what we might want to change. And then we're going to come back to a full group for any questions and for sharing out. So with that, I'm going to say thank you, parents. Again, we're going to do a little bit of role playing here. Thank you, parents, for joining. Congratulations on this year. I know it's been challenging. I appreciate your partnership. I am your parent coordinator. And I am just excited for today's conversation. Keep the engagement. Let's communicate via the chat box. Where today is about sharing resources and hearing from you. And so to kick us off, would love for you to just share in the chat box how many children you have and in what grades or ages. And then if you could quickly share one thing you are looking forward to with your child this summer. And one thing you need support with as it relates to summer learning, so that we can address that. And if I don't have the answers, I can connect you with all of the great resources that New York has through Summer Rising and some of our other partners. So if you wouldn't mind taking a quick moment to share that in the chat box. And I will share that I have a 6-year-old and a 3-year-old. And I am really looking forward to just spending time with their abuela, who they have missed terribly over the past year. And their abuela is also a teacher, and so has had a tough year herself. But we're just looking forward to family time and music and storytelling and reading together as a family. So thank you. I see folks, a wide range of older children, younger children. That is beautiful. Looking forward to getting outside. Love that. Absolutely. Exercising. Yes. Amen. We all need that. Getting to the beach. Absolutely. So thank you. I really want to stress that everything that we're going to talk about today can be done in the context of everyday life. At the beach, we can be reading, we can be learning, we can be exploring nature. So let's keep that summer mindset even as we are talking today about learning. So the first thing I really want to share as we get to the end of the year, parents, is I know it's been tough, really want us to think about any chance that we can get to connect with our child's teacher. They have had a tough year too, navigating remote learning and all of the changes. So many times it's one teacher to think about how many students. And so we as parents can reach out, even if whether you're having end of year conferences or you're not, reach out with an email and just ask, what are those couple of skills, math and reading, that we can be supporting over the summer? And that way we'll have a sense of what we should share with summer program leaders and the kinds of resources that we can be looking for. To help you with that, I want to show you a new website, a new resource that we have created for parents. It's called Summer Recharge. It's got some great information, and I want to highlight for you, we're going to be going through a couple of these. There's lots on here for you to sort of explore at your own pace. But in the context of reaching out to parents, I want to highlight one resource in particular. I'm sorry, reaching out to teachers. It's called the Summer Parent-Teacher Planning Tool. You can click through it on that first link there. And it just guides you, asking teachers, which math skills, and this is an example I know for me, math is my daughter's tricky subject, but you think about, what do you want to know, how can you support, and how can you support those skills at home. With this tool, you can take notes as you're talking to your child's teacher and then print it out or email it. You can also, explore social emotional learning with your teacher. What are some of the life skills that you think I can be working on over the summer? Confidence, communication, problem solving, and which summer resources do you recommend for my child? Again, you can take notes here, you can print it, and then finally, and we'll be talking more about this, we really want to encourage parents to think about all that they've noticed over the past year, and jot down notes while it's fresh in our minds so that we can share that information with summer program leaders so that they know what to work on with your child and the new teachers in the fall. So again, parents, this is something that you can click into. You can then print it or email it to yourself. Really just want to give you a place where you can have that end of year conversation with your child's teacher and take notes and really use it as an opportunity to reflect. So with that, if you want to share in the chat box, I shared, my daughter has come a long way with reading this year after getting glasses. Math continues to be her subject that we really need to work on. If you want to share or just think about, and take notes now, what are some of the questions that you want to ask the child's teacher? If you have questions on how to get in touch with them, please feel free to reach out to me. We can be that connect those dots between the classroom, the school, and you, so that you end the year with the information that you need. The other tool that I really am excited to share with you that can help you, again, with knowing what to focus on over the summer is something called the Readiness Check. It was created by leading experts in math and reading, and it's like a game. Your child answers 3 to 5 short questions in reading and math. You can use it on your mobile phone or on a tablet. And at the end, this is the best part, you get connected to really highly curated, and what that means, it was like narrowed down, looking at the best of the best resources by content experts that connect you with videos, activities, and more, so that your child can both relearn if they need to, or practice those skills over the summer. This is something, again, that you can use sort of on the go. It's a great tool to use at the end of the year so that you know what to focus on. And I'm excited to share, I'd love to share a video featuring New York City parents using the tool so that you can get a sense, and hopefully my audio will work. This video was created by our partners at WNET. I really encourage you to check out this links to from the website. They have a whole host of amazing parenting minute videos that highlight New York City parents sharing great strategies and great resources. So they are also a great resource for you.
Want to know if your child is ready for school? Find out with Learning Heroes Readiness Check, a free online tool for students in grades K through 8. Your child will answer 3 to 5 questions about math and reading. It only takes a few minutes, and it isn't a test. It's more like a game. You might be surprised by what your child does and doesn't know.
Hiciste muy bien.
You did really well.
At the end, you'll get fun, free activities and resources to help your child succeed in school. You can share what you've learned with your child's teacher.
Hi, nice to meet you.
So you can work together to make sure your child stays on track.
Keep reading the books you enjoy. And I think it's good to talk about what's happening in the stories.
All right, so that's the readiness check. Again, there are some really great resources on that WNET site as well. Encourage you, this is also, the readiness check is also something that you guys can use at the end of the summer, as I mentioned, to see how your child has progressed with those grade level skills. So for example, if your child just finished 2nd grade, at the end of at the beginning of the summer, you can choose, maybe even go back, start with 1st grade to see how they've learned those foundational skills, and then go to 2nd grade, and then use it again at the end of the summer, so you can share with your child's teacher what are some of the skills that they might need more support with and where they're doing well. So shifting gears a little bit, again, academics is so important, but the brain science really shows us that, the social emotional skills are interconnected with the cognitive and academic skills. And so, what that means is that children learn best when they are connected to who they are learning with and what they are learning. And so we've heard from parents, I know I'm a parent, like I can't wait for my girls to get reconnected with their abuela and with their friends again. We've also heard from parents that, issues around motivation have been really hard this year, keeping kids motivated to learn. And so wanted to share with you, a couple of tips as it relates to keeping your kids motivated to learn over the summer. Experts say that there's 2 main things that helps keeps kids motivated. The first is that as human beings, we need to feel that we can be successful, right? So what does that mean? It means celebrating even the smallest of milestones, really calling out for kids when they've accomplished something. So I know for my daughter, when she was struggling with reading at the beginning of the year, I would celebrate, wow, you worked so hard. You couldn't read that word last week, and now you can. Looking at how we can really help kids see that it's hard work that pays off, right? The second thing that's really important, and I mentioned this earlier, is helping kids feel connected to what they're learning, making sure that it's interesting. And summer is the perfect time to help our kids guide what they want to learn. So, leaning into their interests, their hobbies, learning as a family. We're going to talk about other New York City resources at the library, at the zoos. Having kids really guide that learning can make all the difference. So really want to encourage that. Those are just some tips around, specifically motivation, which we have heard from parents across the country, has really been a struggle. Would love for you to also just take this moment to think about it. And if you want to share in the chat box, please feel free to. If not, I know it might also be personal, but what are some of the other life skills? What are social emotional skills that you want to support your child with over the summer? Maybe it's communication, right? After being in remote learning for so long, is getting back into, social settings going to be challenging. Different kids, different learning styles might experience that differently. And so we want to make sure there's a whole host of different kinds of social emotional supports that New York City has for us, and really want to, make sure that you're having the opportunity to reflect on that, so that we can best connect you. So again, feel free to share that if you'd like in the chat box. Again, this is a safe, community and a safe environment. Want to make sure that you are supported.
We also want you to raise your virtual hands if you want to share out loud. You can also unmute yourself and share that one reflection. So you can also unmute yourself.
Thank you, Derry. Yeah. Yes, playdates in person, library visits again. I cannot wait. Couldn't agree more. I actually have a picture of my daughter the last time we visited the library before the shutdown, and can't wait to get back there, and museum visits. Amen. Don't forget to share your pictures and your stories using NYC #NYC Summer Recharge. So as we start to come to a close, as we're having fun this summer and reconnecting, really want to encourage you, as I shared with you in that tool, to make sure that we're keeping, it doesn't have to be every day, but maybe weekly, taking quick notes of what we're noticing about our child. These helpful insights, as you see here, this is a little picture of thinking ahead to the fall, or even we're your summer program leaders. The dad here is saying, here's what I noticed about her math and reading over the summer. Can you share how you'll know where she needs more support and where she's doing well? Thinking ahead to that first, conversation in the fall, that reconnection with teachers is going to be so important. And we as parents are the experts of our children, right? We know what makes them tick. We know what interests them. We've also seen them learning on the front lines. And teachers, the new teachers in the fall won't know that unless we speak up, we elevate our voice, we value our voice, they will as well. So really want to encourage us to be proactive in thinking about all that we can share in a succinct way, not to overwhelm teachers, but in a way that is practical, and it really highlights your child's strengths and where they need support. So finally, parents want to, as we come to a close, want to end this on an aspirational and inspirational and celebratory way. I know that there's been so much loss and so much, often stress, but this is an opportunity for us to recharge together, renew. So if you wouldn't mind, thinking about, there's so many great rewords, reset, for me, it's recharge, but would love for you to share recoup, relax. Yes, relax. Would love for you to share what's your reword and what do you want to really bring forth for your family this summer, so that we get the energy and get that. For me, another one is revive, that we need to start the school year strong, revisit, re-energize. Love that. Relax and reacquaint. Oh, I hadn't thought about reacquaint. I love that. Absolutely.
Recover.
Yes, recover for sure. Reimagine.
Reimagine. Love that word.
Really powerful, right? Because even though it's been a hard year, there are some silver linings, and I think some lessons, right, that we've all learned. I know for me, the value of, family, right? And making sure that we are taking time out of our busy lives to just take time for what matters most. Rejoice. Yes, redo, return. Thank you so much for sharing these. I want to stay in touch with you, and I'll start to shift parent coordinators. This is also where you would share other upcoming events that you might have with Summer Rising, and I know many of you are planning different kinds of workshops that you could share and invite parents as part of your close, to keep that connection going. So thank you so much. I'm going to stop here. So that was a little bit of the workshop in a snapshot. And you'll see that we sort of broke it up into 3 chapters. Of course, a nice welcome. And then the 3 chapters being encouraging parents to have a sense of what skills to review over the summer and having tools to do that, the readiness check and connecting with their child's teacher. The second really being about the social emotional piece, reconnecting with what matters, knowing that there's resources in the community to help them with that. And then finally, really sharing and reflecting on progress to share with summer program leaders and with teachers in the fall. That is going to be so critical after this past year. And I think you guys are such powerful messengers to share that. So with that, I think, Daria, we have about 20 minutes, and Laura, what we're going to do is, Laura, if I could ask you, I'm going to put again the main link in the chat box, if everyone could grab that. And would love for us to break up into small groups of about 10 to 15. I think we can spend about 5 to 7 minutes, if that works, Derry. And what we'd like to do is, in our small groups, make sure you have the link. If you could pull it up on your computers and maybe just spend like a couple of minutes going through it, you'll see if you want to take the readiness check and sort of experience, just kind of sort of click through. And then, really spend the majority of the time just really sharing ways that you might share this with your parents. So a couple of ideas you can send, again, you can download the flyer at the top. You can share that as an e-newsletter. You can host a virtual workshop, like the little snapshot that I just provided for you, and other ideas. This is meant to be sort of module. So like, for example, the readiness check, which you can do on your phone. If you're doing a sip and paint, letting parents know about it. Letting parents know about the resources in the context of your other workshops can be really powerful.
And
so
I also
go ahead,
oh, I'm sorry. I want to add one more, because that we do have a few high school parent coordinators, and we have a high schools that represented. You can customize this and have the same conversations, right? We want to make sure that parents understand that although, the child is older, that we don't want, like, I know me, going back to my story, never feel like that student feels alone in their journey, right? So these are great conversational starters for teachers and parents and just the school community to start building that positive relationship. So let's, Wendy, I think I'm gonna kick it back to you so we can go into the breakout room. We love, this is your brainstorming session to kind of think about the toolkit and how you can customize it. So this is sort of like the recipe, but you can add, you can change, it's all for you.
Great. I'm going to drop one more link, and this is the facilitator's guide as well. So then Laura will come back in about 5 minutes. Does that sound right?
Works for me. I'll set a timer. Folks, if you need help getting into a breakout room, you're always welcome to unmute and let me know.
Hi, this is Karen. How can I get into a breakout room? I missed that.
Hi, Karen.
I got cut off just as I had to reconnect.
No problem, no problem. Hold on, let me get you here. And Karen, I didn't forget about you. Give me one moment. Just
Okay,
looking it
that's
up
all right.
here so I can push you into the room.
That's okay. I have my laptop, my computer and my iPad. I'm in one meeting already. Thank you.
Okay, no worries.
Joe, what's up? How you doing? You good this morning? Hmm? Hmm? You're quiet this morning. What's up?
Karen, you should have seen a prompt on your screen to go to a breakout room.
Welcome back, everyone.
That was
So-
too short.
Oh, right. And I was like, oh my God, the ideas were just flowing. I know my
Cut us
group-
off.
Shout out to my group and to all the groups. Oh my gosh, I can't wait for us to share in the main group our discussions because it was fantastic. I love all the ideas and how you guys are thinking about using the summer research in the box. I don't know, is Wendy back?
Yes, I'm back. I
Oh,
didn't want
yeah.
to interrupt you.
Oh my gosh,
Couldn't agree more. Yeah. So if do we have a couple of minutes, Dari, before we sort of
Absolutely.
close
We
out? Would
have-
love to just hear from folks. I know we had a conversation. We were folks were exploring the site and navigating and thought that it could really support, again, those end of year workshops and communication. So would love, Dari, if you want to help kick us off for a couple of minutes of reflections, you can share in the chat box or raise your hands to share both ideas on how you can, reach out to parents with some of these tools and workshops and/or questions.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I'm ready to hear from the main group. We have about 5 minutes. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna ask you all to raise your virtual hands or unmute yourself. Let me see your face. If not, it's okay. You don't have to turn on your camera. Let's share some of the reflections in our small groups and some of your ideas. I can't wait to hear them. Does anybody want to kick us off?
Oh, I'll go first.
Yay.
In our group, one of the things that we looked at is accessibility, because that's the big thing. And I was the test. So we put it on the phone to see if I sent this link to a parent via text, could they open it? And as you see, it can, which took us to the readiness, which is the big thing, because our parents are all on the go. Also, one of my partners said that also on the children's iPads, if you send it to an email and they click on the email and they click on the link, because the iPads are staying with them, so they were able to get on it and use it throughout the summer. So giving the parents that accessibility is a plus.
Oh my God, thank you for sharing. That's awesome. When you said that, I'm like thinking about the WhatsApp group that I know some schools are doing.
You can send it via WhatsApp, yes. We can send it via WhatsApp and they can open it up. A lot of people have that app as well. Because it's based on the link that you sent. I put it on my phone, like I said, and it worked. It tested.
Yeah, I really want to stress that we are all about accessibility. So all of the tools were built mobile first friendly, they're mobile first technology. So sharing it on WhatsApp, sharing it, I love that idea.
Love it. Anybody else? Jump in.
Question, is there a limit as to how many people can be in a WhatsApp group?
I haven't found a limit yet.
Okay, thank you.
I currently have 268 on my WhatsApp. I have to break it down, K through 2 and then 3 to 5. So that's me. Sorry. 10 extra.
No, I don't think so.
That's a really smart way of doing it by grades.
It is, I like that a lot. You can target your audience because it's everything that for the little ones is not suitable for the 4 and 5. Fourth and fifth grade.
All right, so we have a few other folks who would like to join and share their reflection. Feel free to unmute yourself and share your thoughts on the summer recharge.
Hello, hi.
Hi.
I'm Miss V from MS 691 Fort Greene Prep in Brooklyn, District 13. I love this. I love this platform. I can't even say enough about it. Everything that the DOE has been coming out in regards to reacclimating the kid, that's another reword, to the schools, it's fantastic, and the parents do appreciate it. Even the mobility of the Summer Rising site. But I wanted to ask, how does this benefit students in the D75 and special needs? Like, I didn't get to go through the whole site, but is there a place for them there where parents can actually do some, exercises or, some, run through the same things you would expect the general population parents to do for D75? Because as a parent of a D75 kid or a D75 child, I wanted to know, how can this benefit me and my D75 child, who's a little bit more challenged than the rest?
Yeah, it's a really important question. So I would say, within the context of, social, emotional, and academic learning, what might be in your child's IEP or your child's learning plan, certainly sort of following wherever they are in terms of grade level and development. I do think that some of the resources, even the readiness check could be applicable. That being said, I will say that, unlike, perhaps an organization like Understood, that the special needs community is not necessarily the main audience for this, but there could be resources that you could click through and I think would be applicable.
I also want to add that part of the summer recharge, this is sort of like a recipe guide, but you can customize it. So I know in D75, you guys are doing amazing work. Ray Velez has an online, it's almost like, I feel like it's similar to part like opportunities, like the Parent University. So D75 is always bringing opportunities for families. So we can use the same format because the idea is, how do we recharge our families, right? What are some of the things that we can do? So part of today is showing you the toolkit, and then you can customize it for the needs of your community, your districts, your boroughs. And then feel free to share how you want to customize it. And we want to know, right? So we're just giving you sort of like, I like to say, I like to bake, but like those box cake where they give you the formula. Like, you know me, I'm adding a little bit of more flavor. I gotta add a little bit more. So add to this, we have an amazing partner, Include NYC. They're also providing a lot of free workshops for parents. So what I would do as a D75 PC is that I would just customize this, add information and add partners like Include NYC, add our website. Jose Ruiz has the access. Oh my gosh, I'm having a Friday brain fog, but we have so many tutorials online for our parents that you can host a watch party, because the idea is to stay connected to our families over the summer. Hopefully I answered that question.
Yes, you did. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And you know what, I appreciate, and please let me know how you guys, because I would love to see kind of different versions of what how the district will be able to use this. Okay, one more question and then we are out of time. I mean, one more reflection and we're out of time. Can we hear from a high school PC? I would love to see your thoughts on how can we customize this for a high school.
Yeah, we do have more high school resources that we can actually add to your summer recharge page. Because I think that's a really good question, Derry.
All right, so in the chat, we're blowing up. I love it. I love everything that you guys are mentioning. Let's stop here. And then I want to bring it back to our closing page. In the slide, you'll see that not only do we want to provide you with the workshop in the box, which we have a whole toolkit. So in the toolkit, we're going to have the flyers translated for you. We'll have like those little recipes that you can use and you can customize it. We have a parent coordinator letter. I don't know if we were able to show that, but there's a PC letter that you can send to your parents saying how they can connect with you over the summer, your website, your email address, everything is done for you. Because I know when I was a PC, I was like, man, I just wanted something that is easy and accessible and I can just turnkey it, right? We also want you guys to remember this, the Parent University, and that is tons and tons of workshops. So you can host your own watch party. So the idea, you know how we have our watch party Wednesdays? You can have your watch party summer recharge events over the summer. So host a summer recharge workshop using Parent University. And lastly, the New York City Libraries is offering lots and lots of information on free access to libraries and our own DOE website, which I'm going to quickly share my page. So if just really quickly, we're going to stop the page so I can show you really quickly how you can use our DOE website. because I was like, whoa, this is amazing. Oh, I think so on the New York Public Library, they're offering, you guys can see my computer?
No, not yet.
No, no dairy.
No. So it's on the slide with the links, but really quickly, because I had to show you guys this. So as part of it is also introducing our parents that there are so many great events that are happening all across New York City, provided also by the New York Public Library. And here's something that they're offering. It's called Summer Learning 2021 Imagine Together. And they're having so many different opportunities where you can meet authors, right? I'm all about that culturally responsive curriculum. And I love a good book that represents our community. So here is some free summer programs, some virtual summer camps, and they're all free. And guess what? You guys can actually get this on our website, the DOE website. You know how I find, like, let me do a search. So I was called NYC DOE Library. Okay, here it is. This is my little trick, guys. I always use Google to find our information. But the New York on our website, DOE, from our colleagues that are leading our library, which Lisa was here because she is a former librarian. So shout out, Lisa. They have everything that like all these free informations and programming. You guys we did a whole digital PD on Sora. And then over here, my library and some summer reading and learning at the public library. That's where I got that information. So yeah, let's challenge our families. Let's do the scavenger hunt and use the hashtag NYC Summer Recharge. And I think we're done. We're out of time. I want to thank Wendy again for her partnership, for bringing this to New York City. This is a national campaign. And I am so honored. I'm telling Wendy all the time, New York City is where it's at. We have the most amazing innovators, connectors, passionate, family-facing liaisons all across New York City. We rock. I just have to say because I'm this is part of that community. And when Wendy got to come to our watch party and some of our city central events and met you all, she's like, Derry, you were right. we do have it. We do it. So super excited. Thank you, Wendy, for everything. She's super busy just learning about like working with parents and educators all across the country. And she's here to say, here's another free tool for us so we can level up our skills. So let's thank her in the chat, guys. I just want to let's give her a huge Digital Friday thank you. And just for creating this toolkit for us. I can't wait for us to use it and customize it for our community. So thank you all. Thank you PCs, FLCs, FSCs for joining our Digital Friday.
Thank you, Derry, for your leadership. Truly, I've loved working with you and the team. So let's keep it going, and however we can be helpful, we're more than happy.
Awesome. Thank you, Wendy. I'm going to turn it over to Laura for final comments and attendance announcements. And guys, thank you. Thank you. I love seeing your faces. I already feel like we always here. This is like a little club, right? Our Digital Friday club.
It is totally a club. Oh my goodness. Again, just to echo what's already been said, but thank you so much. Thank you so much to Wendy. Thank you to Derry. That was a fabulous session. I know so many of our folks today were watching going, oh my gosh, this is amazing. And I was seeing, even when we ended the breakout rooms, we wanted more. That's how you know it's good, when you leave people wanting more. So thank you so much. I do just want to call attention. I'm sure some of you have seen it, but in the chat, Latiqua has gone ahead and posted our attendance link. Please make sure you fill that link out. So please, we'll post it one more time because I know the chat moves fast. But remember, this session today is called Face, Summer Recharge. We do happen to put all of our classes in alphabetical order. So I know we have a long list on there, but just look for Face Summer Recharge. That is the title of today's session. Please make sure you fill out that attendance before you head on out. All right. And again, folks, thank you so much for showing up. It always just, it makes our day. I can't tell you enough how amazing it is to just go into the weekend with like all the positive vibes. So thank you again. Remember, next week, we are celebrating. It's all about reflecting on the amazing growth of this year, the amazing just vibes of this room and this community. It's all about showcasing and highlighting the hard work that we've done. And again, all about celebrating. So thank you so much for showing up today. Do not forget, show up for that celebration because you've all earned it.
Yeah, and show up with your summer recharge gear. I'm over here. I forgot to put on my little glasses on recharge for the summer. Can't wait to enjoy everything that New York City has to offer. Again, thank you, everyone. Thank you for the shout outs. Oh my God, you guys make me like, I'm over here blushing. Thank you so much. I always get
Thank you,
nervous.
guys. You always make my day, my Friday. I say blessings to all of you and have a wonderful and safe summer. See you next week.
See you next week. We're going to celebrate.
Yes, we will. This is Karen.
Hi, Karen.
Hi. Love you guys. You all did a great job.
Oh, we love you all too. We mean it.
Hi, Paige.
Hey, dearie. Love y'all.
Love you guys too. We are out. Enjoy the rest of your day. Happy weekend. Take care, be safe, and enjoy your weekend, everyone.
All right. Peace out, folks. Catch you next week.
Why can't I see
Thank
the,
you.
wait, I
Everyone,
can't
have a
see
good
the link
weekend.
to, I can't see the link.
All right, we will repost the link one more time.
Have a good day,
Gary,
everyone.
where's the link for the attendance? I don't see it.
What's the
We're gonna post it one more
what's the
time. Hold
title?
on, folks. It's Face Summer Recharge. Latiqua has posted
got
it
it.
in the chat. All right, folks. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
It's not hyperlink. Can't click.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It says attendance and there's a hyperlink. Click on that blue hyperlink. That will take you to the form.
See it. I see it, but it's not hyperlink.
Why is it not opening?
Right, it's not hyperlink.
Copy, maybe I have to copy it on my.
Thank you, Laura, for everything.
No problem, folks.
Awesome. You're gonna be here in the summer, right, Laura? It's going crazy. It's not opening.
Right.
Oh boy. All right. So if you should be able, if you just open up your browser, I don't know why it's not working for some folks, but if you go into your browser, type in Digin, that's DIG, all right, IN.NYC/remote attendance, it should take you to the link. So you could actually just open it up right now. We create short links for this very reason. So open up your browser, Digin, that's DIGIN.NYC/remote attendance.
Even
all
you,
right, so that should work for folks.
I clicked it twice. It worked for me. I got it.
I completed it, but it's not allowing me to submit.
Maybe.
Oh, you might be missing a field. So if it's not allowing
But I
submission,
completed
just-
the whole piece. I went through it. I reviewed it, and it's.
All right. And you know what folks are saying, actually, just it's a little slow. Give it time. So give it a second. Don't X out. Be patient.
what's it called again? Summer what?
Face Summer Recharge. So look under the F's. All right, folks, I got to head out, but thank you so much.